guy that you'd put your child up under to learn. There would have been expenses and stuff with that because the child would be wholly dedicated to the teaching of this rabbi. This rabbi is now over this child. So when Saul was brought under Gamaliel, whatever Gamaliel taught, that was the law. That was it. There won't no left or right. This is it, right? So he was raised under the zealousness. So now Saul would have probably been that one kid who listened to everything. He'd have been that one kid that wrote down everything. He'd have been that one kid who did exactly what the man said. He probably would have been his prize pupil. He was in it. Every word that fell off of Gamaliel's lips, he was on it, right? And so when he told him the strict adherence to the law of Moses, if you didn't, brought the judgment of Almighty God down, and that they were responsible to make sure that all the people kept the law, and if they didn't, they dealt out swift judgment on them, right? Now, we know that the reason they're under Roman occupation is because they never done that in the past and lied and cheated and done all kind of stuff and didn't serve God, and God took them away from their own land and did all these things to them, okay? When you study the history. But now we're starting over. We got this, and we got the Pharisees, and we're going forward. So he was this young man that was raised the best education money could buy. He had the best, okay? As we read about Saul, he speaks different languages, okay? He can talk to anybody in any situation. He knows how to relate to people. He knows how to do all these things as we get further in. At this point, he's this young man who has been raised zealously toward the law. He's a defender of it. And so what's his motivation? What's his motivation? Law of Moses, serving God. I'm a Jew. I want to serve God. Do I want to serve God 10%, 20%, 30%? I want to serve God 100%. I want God to know He can count on me. I want God to know He can depend on me. I want God to know that I'm going to defend the law of Moses against any Jew that would turn their back on the law of God. Okay? And he's after it, man. He says, I'll not put up with it. He's that guy that's going to rush to the front. He's that guy that's going to put his 2 cents worth. He's the guy that's going to be a man of action, as we see with Stephen, as he probably had part in instigating the mob. And why he didn't throw a rock himself was tickled to death at every one that hit his body. I want him dead, dead, graveyard dead, dead as a doornail dead. I want him dead, okay? And they laid the clothes at his feet. And so when we get to chapter 8, it says, Saul was consenting to his death. He was tickled. He was part of it. He wanted to be a part of it. But listen, he thought he was doing right. He thought he was righteous. He'd heard about Jesus. Okay? Not that he ever saw Jesus or met Jesus, right? But he heard about it, and he heard about in the discussions within the Sanhedrin, within the Pharisaical body, what can we do with this Jesus? It's Jesus this and Jesus this. And Jesus healed this one, and Jesus did that, and Jesus did that. And Jesus got up on the 3rd day and walked out of a bar tomb. And they say he's living and ain't nothing we can do about it. And our nerves is toe up from the floor up. We don't know what to do. And he says, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll say let's kill them all. Right? He said, now people can say they love Jesus, but when I get to popping the side of their head, they'll change their mind. When we put a lash on their back, they'll shut up. When we kick them out of the temple and we close down their businesses and stomp them down good, kill a few with some rocks, they'll turn tail and quit on this man called Jesus. But that ain't what's happening, is it? Okay? Persecution comes and the church disperses. But the church doesn't disperse in quietness. The church is dispersed in power and preaching the gospel everywhere they go. And so instead of being in Jerusalem, now they're everywhere.